Well, it's Disney Plus Day today, and yesterday here on the channel I covered the Kenobi release, leak, whatever. When I want, it's not really a leak, but the Kenobi teaser spot, the clip. And today, what I want to do is talk to y'all about all the other stuff that came out from Marvel today, because there's some things that I'm really excited about, and some things that I'm not too sure how to feel about it. Now, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. This is Geekdom 101 second channel, World of Geekdom, where we cover everything that I don't cover on Geekdom 101, which is like Marvel, DC, TV shows, movies, and wrestling, stuff like that. Other nerdy stuff that I'm into. So, I want to talk about some of the stuff that came out today from Disney Plus Day and what's coming up next year, 2022 for Marvel, and give you my thoughts. Okay. Now, what I may end up doing is I may end up coming back with Hayden and doing separate videos on all of these, at least the main ones, and kind of giving our thoughts on what we're looking forward to, what they could do, things like that on all these upcoming shows. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. So, first things first, okay? I have the image here pulled up from IGN. I want to talk about some of the returning shows, okay? For example, What If Season 2. Obviously, with What If Season 1, it had unbeknownst to me until the show ended, it had an ongoing storyline that had a payoff in the finale. I hope that Season 2 continues this. I hope that we get another anthology series where it's like individual stories. Then at the end, they all kind of come back together again. Maybe they're going to go in a different direction. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, but for me, I feel like that is the best way to go about it because it makes everything mean more. It makes every episode more must see. Now, in addition to that, we also have She Hulk, which is actually, the Hulk is actually Professor Hulk in the teaser we saw on Disney Plus, but I was not really looking forward to She Hulk, honestly. I was never a big fan of the She Hulk character, but I like the Hulk, and I like having a focus on the Hulk. We might not ever get another MCU Hulk movie, even though I hope we do get World War Hulk someday, or something like that, Red Hulk, something like that. But I think this show is going to be fun. I'm just wondering how it's going to tie into the multiverse and how it's going to tie into the Secret Invasion and everything else going on. Which actually, let's talk about Secret Invasion. So in Secret Invasion, Samuel L. Jackson stars. It's going to pick up pretty much from the post-credit scene from Far From Home, with the scrolls being kind of integrated into society with the shapeshifting. And will it follow the same story from the comics? Probably not. It'll probably take elements from it, like, for example, Civil War. It'll take ideas from it, but I look forward to seeing it because I love Sam Jackson, I love Nick Fury, and I love the scrolls, and I look forward to seeing where that goes. And I feel like Secret Invasion could somehow tie into the Eternals. By the way, one of these I'm really looking forward to. I'm gonna save that one for later. Moon Knight. I love what they showed. Oscar Isaac's a great actor. Obviously, he was already Apocalypse before in the X Men film, which wasn't that great. It was okay. Moon Knight is a character that has he's on the spectrum, but he's also got powers. And I think some folks are gonna assume this is gonna go down the whole like woke diversity route. I'm not sure if it will because I actually think having a superhero who is on the spectrum is actually interesting. Like that's an interesting challenge for a superhero. That's an interesting perspective and a different look at how they could do that. For one, am looking forward to that. Just see how that's handled. I don't see that as being, diversity. We have to have a spectrum person to, sell tickets or, to get Disney Plus buys. No, I think it's going to be an interesting story and one we haven't seen yet. Now, Miss Marvel, I was not looking forward to it originally. Now I'm kind of more leaning into it only because from what I understand, Brie Larson is not going to really be a big factor in this, and it's kind of a separate story. And I think that may also tie into more of the cosmic elements of Marvel, and as well as Secret Invasion, because Monica Rambeau is probably going to be a part of both those shows. And so we kind of have what's going on here is, we've got like the Eternals, Secret Invasion, Miss Marvel, cosmic stuff going on, and then we've got like more of the She-Hulk, Agatha. Well, Agatha's kind of more on the witch kind of magic, multiverse stuff, and then we have the more grounded stuff like She-Hulk, Captain America, stuff like that, and Ironheart. So, from what I understand, there were some 4chan leaks that came out that pretty much said that Ironheart is going to focus on Rhodey's early relationship with Tony and discuss like what he learned from Tony when he was younger. Of course, Don Cheadle will be coming back to reprise Rhodey in that, and it's gonna be weird to have like an Iron Man spinoff without Robert Downey Jr. But I think what they're gonna do is kind of do what they did with Falcon and Winter Soldier and shift gears into it being about Rhodey. And the thing I'm really looking forward to on there is the return of Sam Rockwell as Justin Hammer. That is what I'm really looking forward to because I love Sam Rockwell and Justin Hammer was one of the best parts of Iron Man 2. We have not seen Justin Hammer in a long time. And having him come back and kind of try to manipulate the world now that Tony's gone and use the tech and, I'm looking forward to that. Now, if I'm being honest, I don't really care about I Am Groot. I'm sorry, I just don't. Like, I think the Groot character is cute. I think he's going to sell toys like Baby Yoda did. I think I Am Groot is a fun joke for the movies, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but I feel like having Groot get his own TV show, I don't know about that. If it were Rocket Raccoon, I would probably be in because Rocket Raccoon's a hilarious character. But are they going to run the I Am Groot joke into the ground? And I don't really know much about this series. Like, what is it going to be? And so right now, I'm not looking forward to it. But I got to be honest. I mean, when What If first got announced, I was wanting to see it, but I wasn't too like into it. And then once I started watching it, I got into it. So I'm gonna check it out. It's just will it hold my attention? That remains to be seen. Marvel Zombies, okay. I said in my review for the Marvel Zombies episode of What If that I felt like Marvel Zombies, the storyline, deserved to have its own show. I said that. Those of you who have been subscribed to me, I said that because the Marvel Zombie storyline or just the concept of Marvel Zombies, it's too big for one or even two episodes. That has to be like its own movie or its own TV show. So I'm very glad that they're getting an animated series because Marvel Zombies could be a lot of fun. Or it could also end up being a waste of time. See, the thing is, and I'm going to be real with you guys, you have to remember what I'm telling you here. As much as I enjoy the MCU and what they've given us for the first three phases, as time goes by, that whole law of diminishing returns will happen. We've already seen it with Eternals and with Black Widow. There are going to be some movies and some shows that just don't hit. They might not hit with me. They might not hit with you. They might not hit with the general audience, the hardcores. Not everything's going to be a success. Phase 3 was the peak because almost every movie in Phase 3 was really good. Some were very, very good, the classics even. But as they continue, there is going to be some people who are just going to check out or just not really be into everything. And they're putting a lot of content out there for us to watch. So I'll check it out. I think it's a good idea. Hopefully it won't be running at the same time as What If. I don't think it will because they want to separate these things and they give it space. Agatha, House of Harkness, excuse me. This is a spinoff of WandaVision. This is basically going to be what I consider WandaVision Season 2. Except without Wanda, because Wanda's going to be in the Strange movie. I'm not sure what I feel about this yet, because what made WandaVision interesting was Wanda and Vision. Those are the two main things, and kind of the mystery aspect. If this is going to be like a backstory to Agatha, I think they could probably do that with just a short series, like maybe 6 episodes or 5 episodes, maybe even half an hour episodes. If they have a story to tell, I mean, the thing about Marvel is they usually have a story to tell. Even though WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier had flaws, they still had a story to tell, and they told their story, and the story was fine. I just, wonder, I knew she was gonna come back. I assumed in a Strange movie or something later on, but giving her own show, I'm not sure about that. Marvel Echo, I have no idea what that is. Sorry, it might be too deep of a cut if Spider-Man freshman year could be good. If It's an animated series. I don't like the idea of Spider-Man being back in high school again, but I believe that Spider-Man freshman year is probably going to be a different timeline Spider-Man. Sony let them do it. So I look forward to checking it out because Spider-Man cartoons can be either really good or really meh. And they tend to be at least pretty good. So I'm going to check that out. Now, the one that's got me tickled, guys, save the best for last. And I'm going to explain to you why. X-Men 97. X-Men 97 will continue where X-Men the animated series left off from 92. It was 5 seasons. It ended in 97, 96, right around there. X-Men 97 will continue the 90s X-Men animated series in 2023. That's in 2023. You have to understand what this show means to me, guys. Batman the animated series is a classic. Spider-Man the animated series doesn't hold up for me, but it's still fun. And there's other ones too. X-Men the animated series is my favorite cartoon of the 90s. That was a comic book cartoon. This was the show that got me into comics. That's the show that got me into X-Men. That and the Sega Genesis game. Remember that game? Yeah, that one. That's a badass game. Anyways, and X-Men the animated series, the first 3 seasons are damn near flawless. And it's such a staple of the 90s. It was the biggest show on Fox Kids until Power Rangers. It's a huge success. It's a show that we still talk about to this day with the epic intro and the Phoenix Saga, Days of Futures Past. Like, it wasn't quite like the comics, but they took, the Sentinels, Magneto, Apocalypse was incredible. Those voices, for them to come in here and continue that series, honestly, guys, it's a dream come true. Now, will they be able to recapture the magic? It's very hard, man, because nostalgia, it's hard to recapture that magic. But I, for one, am very much looking forward to it because, dude, X-Men 97, you have to understand the Chris Claremont, Jim Lee era, and even before Jim Lee, just the entire Chris Claremont run is the greatest run of X-Men in history. The classic storylines that we never got adapted, Fall of the Mutants, Eternals. No, not Eternals. Inferno. What the fuck? Inferno. Fatal Attractions. Onslaught. All of these things could happen. Now that they own the rights to Fox, we could legitimately see Thor. We could see Hulk. We could see all the heroes that were in Onslaught now being in X-Men 97. 10-part storyline, Onslaught. It's a 90s storyline. I got chills right now. I have got chills right now. I'm sorry, guys, that is the biggest announcement for me because that's literally my childhood coming back. It's like when Force Awakens first got announced. Yeah, the sequel trilogy sucked, but we were all excited, right? We all wanted it, right? Don't lie. That's a big deal to me, guys. X-Men 97. That touches me. Well, you know what I mean, a very special place. So that's it. I think it's a pretty good little lineup. I don't know if it'll top what we already have now, but some of this stuff is 2023, but it still counts as being Phase 4. So does that mean X-Men 97 is part of Phase 4 or is it its own thing? It could be an alternate timeline. Everything's an alternate timeline, right, with the multiverse. That's it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all soon.